Konnichiwa, y'all, and welcome to a 10 at 10. Today's 10 at 10 is for Thursday, August 1st of 2024. I think we got a great lineup. I'm Matt. I'm joined by Dylan.
How's it going, guys?
Welcome to the show, man. I'm glad
Thank
to
you
have
very
you here
much.
on the 10 at 10s.
Yeah, first time.
Yeah, this guy is doing a lot behind the scenes, making sure things are getting done, pulling orders, really heading up, making sure all that one-of-one sale never ends, making sure there's cool things going on there. So fun to get Dylan on this side of the camera.
Absolutely.
And it's been impressive how much you've learned about maples in the last little bit too. So
yeah, no doubt. There is so much to learn. A lot of cultivar, a lot of species. It's been a super cool experience.
Well, let's jump right into it, guys. We've got Acer Palmatum Dixie Delight. Now, this is a fun tree with some great bark interest.
Absolutely. It was introduced by Michael Francis from Maple Ridge Nursery down in Atlanta, Georgia. This is kind of their rendition of Bihu. It is a really, really stellar coral bark tree, and just like all the other coral barks, has great year-round interest, especially in snowier climates where you can see that contrast versus that back white drop.
Love this one, guys. You can get some weird kind of oranges going on top of this one too. Tends to be very multi-stemmed. I remember when Mike Sr. first found this one, so it was actually kind of a crazy thing. He was delivering a Tamukiyama to a customer, and he had this rootstock coming out of the bottom of it that was neon yellow and orange. And he goes, hey, something's wrong with this one. So he takes it back to the farm, brings him another Tamukiyama, and snaps that graft off. From there, that's what becomes Dixie Delight. Love the colors. Great winter interest, great multi-stemming. I think you're going to love this one. Very heat tolerant. These are going to work zone 6 through 9. Typically about 5 to 6 foot in 10-year frame too. So
All right.
All right, let's see what's next. We got some heaters today on the 10 at 10.
No doubt. This is one of my favorites, Peve Starfish. This is one that is easy to spot in a greenhouse. I believe it's a part of the Convexum group with that weird sort of curled leaf. It reminds me a lot of origami when I see it.
Oh, it's a great comparison. This one is fun. Now, these have been a lot of shade, so they're a little bit more green right now than you'll normally see. And then late summer, you can get some funkier growth going on these. This one's popular for looking like a little starfish. I mean, it's got that curled look to it. My kids love to come check on this one. It's a fun one to get kids into plants. Great pink-red colors, and then a very bright picked-up red in the fall.
Absolutely.
All right, next up we've got Acer Palmatum Manio Sato. Hold on, I got to pull a weed. All right, there you go. Acer Palmatum Manio Sato back on the table, y'all.
This one was introduced in Japan in the 90s by Tsukasa Maple. It is I believe it's a red leaf with green yellow variegation on top of it.
Oh yeah, so dope on this one. You can get some dark shades with kind of like just lightning on top of it. I often joke about this. Again, they've been in heavy shade, so a little bit more greened up in our greenhouses right now. This one, I think I hear Jimi Hendrix music when I look at this plant.
Absolutely.
Like it's got that kind of vibe to it. Love it. Tsukasa Maple Nursery comes up with some of the cool stuff on the planet. Absolutely love going there and visiting whenever I can. Really unique nursery. Manio Sato, one of the very best of their introductions. I mean, this one's popular all over the world. Now, give this one some late day shade in some of your hotter zones, but you can get some crazy variegation going on. That kind of darker foliage with that lighter kind of lightning hits all over it. Man.
And the irregular variegation and sort of strange leaf shapes, I think, really speak to that.
Oh, this is a dope one for sure. Great for containers too. Another one that tends to be a little bit more multi-stemmed. These are going to work zones 5 through 9. All right, I see some MrMaple intros coming back. You might know this local place here.
Absolutely. One introduced by Matt and Tim here at MrMaple. It's a part of both the Area 51 and the Pendulous Treasures collection. This one, I think in particular, Looking Glass Falls, is great in a hanging pot. It's got sort of a Ryusin shape to it. It's just a beautiful tree.
Gets about as big as you stake it. Just like with Ryusin, I like to stake this up to about 5 to 6 feet. Let it weep down from there. What really sets this one apart is it gets a bright purple border to it in the early spring. So you get that purple border, that kind of Kiyohime effect going on a Ryusei style. Very heat tolerant. This one works zones 5 through 9. These are mediumly high grafted, so about right in here for you as an example. They are unstaked, so you can put these still in a hanging basket or a big container. If you want to get them tall quick, simply find a place that you want to be your central leader and stake that up, guys. They will continue to cascade from that uppermost point. Really makes a beautiful spring interest. And if you like Ryusin styles, it's a great one to add to the garden.
Totally. We've got Emmett's Pumpkin here. I myself am a huge Japonicum fan. The big leaves are just phenomenal. This one in particular has great fall interest with a true pumpkin color coming through as it turns.
Perfect for Halloween. You get that big orange pumpkin going on. You actually get a cool blushing of orange on this one in the spring too. I find Emmett's Pumpkin to be one of the most vigorous Acer Japonicums too. So a lot of people like Acer Japonicums, but they want something that gets out there a little bit more. This is kind of like the Seiryu of Acer Japonicums in my opinion. It gets out there nicely. I would give it over a foot of growth a year as its growth rate. So really accelerated for most Acer Japonicums. I've had years where it was 1.5 feet.
Wow.
Great plant though, good spring interest, big leaves. I love that tropical fan look with the big leaf Japonicums. I actually was at a garden show and a lady told me that Emmett was her grandson. And so she said he was like older than me now. So he was in his 50s, I'm in my 40s. But she said she originally put him through college, charging people $1 a piece for sawn wood, and put her grandson through college selling Emmett's Pumpkin. So pretty cool story there too.
No doubt.
Grab your Emmett's Pumpkin today. They're coming back to the 10 at 10. All right, Dylan, what do we got next on the table?
We've got Dragon Master. It's another introduction from us here at Mr. Maple. Another palmate weeper. It's got a golden yellow color to it and is one of the first trees that really caught my eye here at Mr. Maple.
I love this for its yellow. This is my favorite yellow Ryusin style. I think it is the perfect blend of like Orange Dream and Ryusin. You get that crazy coloration. You get some pinks, some yellows, some oranges going on in the early spring. These have been in heavy shade, so a little bit more green right now. You definitely want to give Dragon Master some protection in hotter zones. These are going to work zones 5 through 9. Again, about as big as you stake it. So a lot of those Pendulous Treasures collections are going to be similar to that. But for that very reason, you can play with the shapes a lot. They're very malleable. You can get them out in the garden. You can create structures with them. You can grow them over frames. They're very interesting for that reason. There's not too many big enough of Dragon Master yet, but I've seen Ryusin trained, like over trellises going into gardens and stuff. That'd be a really sick way to grow Dragon Master as well.
Totally, totally.
Grab you one today. These are grafted about right here. They'll look excellent in a big pot or container as well. All right, guys, we are bringing back a fan favorite for lace leaves. We've got Acer palmatum Heartbeat.
This is a heavily dissected red. I think my favorite part of Heartbeat is the wheel spoke leaf. They are not only dissected, but very spaced and maintain that spacing all the way around, very much like a wheel spoke.
Oh, it's a great observation. I love this. I love the kind of picked up pink red color it gets. Great fall colors too. You can get some really fiery pink reds in the fall. A smaller overall lace leaf at 4 to 5 feet tall by about 4 to 5 feet wide. That cascading umbrella, making it a great tree for the container garden. Heartbeat is exceptionally heat tolerant as well. It's been really well in zones 5 through 9. You can put this one in a little bit more sunlight. Absolutely love its size and structure. Makes a great pairing with something like that Dragon Master we just had too.
Totally, good contrast between the two.
Grab you a Heartbeat today. There's some good sizes in these guys. I mentioned it a lot, but summer's a great time to pick up plants from Mr. Maple. It is a time when a lot of our sizes haven't gotten bumped up to 3s right now. So you can really get some exquisite sizes going on right now in our 1s. Beefed up sizes. You can have them shipped in fall, ship them to you right now. We ship year round, but it's a great time for the overall size.
Next up, we've got Cupersi Dwarf, which was introduced back in the 70s by its namesake Jim Cupersi up in Seattle, Washington. It maintains a smaller, tighter habit, but in general is very branchy.
A lot of bonsai people have been waiting on this one to return. I love its kind of pink-red border it gets to it. Another one that's awesome for a container garden or in the ground. Short and flat is kind of how this one grows. A little toadstoolish in its design. I love this one. It's great for an area where you don't want to block out a window or a setting where you want something that's going to stay fairly small. They can get a little bit wide though, so give them some room to expand. Typically 3 to 4 feet tall, 4 to 5 feet wide. I've seen some 6-footers that were really old, but a nice low cascading umbrella. I've got, not cascading, but a nice low toadstool umbrella. I shouldn't say weeping, but more of a low doming effect to it. It's kind of interesting. If you place this up next to a house, you'll get kind of more of a half moon effect. So I have one next to a rock wall at my uncle's, and it's kind of only a half moon, but it still looks excellent out there.
Very cool.
All right, another Talon Buchholz classic. We can't keep this one in stock enough, y'all. We're always trying to bring back Acer palmatum Amber Ghost.
This is probably my favorite of the Ghost series. Primarily, when you're walking through a greenhouse, this new growth, the red and then the light creamy color on top of the green leaves, it's just an eye catcher.
I love Amber Ghost. It's my favorite too. Tim disagrees, and that's why he's wrong. That's why we didn't have him in this video, because he's completely wrong about Amber Ghost. And anytime he disagrees with me, you agree, right?
Sure thing.
All right, gotcha, Tim. All right, Amber Ghost is my favorite of the Ghost series. Depending on when you talk to Talon, it's his favorite of the Ghost series too. I love it. I think why it wins for me is color, shape, vigor. I mean, it just fall color. It wins on every single aspect for me. Every single thing you want to bring up about it, it's like it's the best one for fall color. It's the best one for growth rate. I love its bright red fall tones. I love the amber hues in the spring. I think it's just like super interesting. And it's just so next level. I love this one. Purple Ghost is probably our best seller. That's probably the people's choice, really. Amber Ghost, my favorite of the Ghost series. Tends to get out there a little bit better and have a little better overall shape, I think, than some of the other Ghosts.
And I don't know, it's why we can't keep it on the shelves. The people like it too.
It comes back continuously. We're always trying to make this one available. Our goal at some point is to have the entire Ghost series always available. So you can just get the whole set. You can collect them all.
Here to here, coming down the pipeline.
Grab them here at MrMaple. All right, did we save the best for last? I don't know.
Oh, most likely.
Guys, you're going to be excited about this one. I'm a little weak in the knees right now. We got some kryptonite on the table.
Coming right out of Area 51, Matt and Tim pulled this Makawa type a few years ago. It is fascinating, a little bit like Catalina Yatsubusa as far as its variegated colors, but it's got very serrated leaves, and it's just a unique Makawa type and a must-have if you are a Makawa collector.
It's my favorite variegated Makawa. It's kind of got some of the most crisp look to it of that refinement. So it's similar to Lily Pad and Catalina, but I think it's got the best style of that. We actually trademarked this one and patented it, so it is a MrMaple exclusive. I love the growth rate of this one. It's vigorous, but it's dense and full. To me, it's just the overall best variegated Makawa. I love the way it grows. I've never had this one revert, and I've always had like really nice growth on this one. Now, interestingly enough, when it first leaves out in the spring, it doesn't look as variegated. So when it first leaves out, people be like, I don't get it. And then you give it 2-3 weeks and you start to get all that crazy yellow, kind of like Manny Sato. You kind of get all those lines going on in there, that crazy variegation. I mean, you can cue some Hendrix for this one too. When I first saw it though, I got weak in the knees. It was a sport on Makawa Yatsubusa. I'm a big comic book nerd growing up, so I had to throw some Superman references in there. So Japanese maples are my kryptonite, and this one just knocked me out.
It's very cool. It is the Makawa that has most caught my eye as well.
Guys, this one won't last long. You can add it to cart, check out quickly, go back and add other things to cart. You can also call our office and they can help you. These will sell out very quickly today on MrMaple. We really appreciate you tuning in. Let us know in the comments section below if you like Dylan being in the video. I think you killed it, man.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor.
Appreciate you guys hopping on here today for the 10 at 10. We're love showcasing people from MrMaple. I know we had Kate last week, Dylan this week. There's a lot of great people here that make this team possible and kind of make all the things move here at MrMaple. So it's fun to get some of our knowledgeable people on camera. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all, take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.